We've made it to episode 10 of Community Mercenary Tanks. If you're new around here, this is where we make custom-made mercenary tanks from your suggestions either in the comment section below or in the Discord channel. As always, if you have any ideas you'd like to see showcased in one of these, leave them in those places. With that said, let's get into this totally legit set of tanks. Starting things off, we have one from Thomas Rowe on YouTube, who suggested a T100 LT's hull with a Kronvan's turret and the Waffles autoloader. No specification on which one, but because it's so absurd looking, I thought the 15cm fit the absurdity. Oh, and I'm calling it the Rowe after the creator since a name wasn't given. A pretty interesting tank. I don't know how fast it'd actually be, but a low-down hull and a turret with 14 degrees of gun depression? On top of that, a big ol' 750 Alpha 3-shot autoloader? I'm not sure what class this would even be, or how its camo would be, but anyway, it'd be interesting. A light tank with a big gun and turret armor, or medium still with that massive gun? Tank destroyer maybe, that's really fast with that good turret armor again? Or maybe even a heavy tank. The only class it can't be is artillery. Or maybe even it can be that. I mean, there's no way this thing would even make it into the game, but it's nice to look at, right? Definitely on the weirder side, but things are only getting started. While that last one was debatable on its power and class, there's no mistaking that this next one is overpowered. Suggested by Newbie on YouTube, we have the Dominator, as I'm calling it. An Era 3 heavy tank using the hull of an IS-7, the turret of the M1 Abrams, and the gun of the MS-1. Now, some of you might not even know what the MS-1 is, as it's an old Tier 1 that was removed from the tech tree alongside all other Tier 1s a while back. And the reason was that these Tier 1s were just straight up broken and overpowered. So bringing the gun back, even in Era 3, would be devastating to the meta. This tank looks wild, and it would play wild. It would be fast and a nimble tank that can do the ramming stuff of Era 3 that people like so much, while also having the most capable gun for the occasion too. You don't want this one to make it into the game, because it would definitely dominate, hence its name. Move over, Thumper, because there'd be a new bad boy in town, right? Okay, maybe you guys don't want to see any overpowered Cold War tanks, but I got you. This next one is a Tier 10 light that also makes use of one of those Tier 1s that were so overpowered. Another suggestion, again by Newbie, but this time from the Discord. They suggested a T1 Cunningham with the gun of the Sturmtiger. I suppose Newbie really misses those Tier 1s, and frankly, they were fun, but just too strong, so they had to go. But giving a T1 Cunningham a big 380mm gun would balance it out, I think. Yeah, giving this gun a turret might be a bad idea, but Wargaming has the EVRE in the game, so bad ideas seem to be the way to go these days. I mean, how can you say no to this thing? It's just so darn cute, and very deadly. This may be too big of a stretch, but I wouldn't mind seeing what I'm calling the Sturmy in the game at Tier 10. Might need some spaced armor though, as the Tier 1s weren't the most well armored, but maybe its massive health pool of 4,000 would be enough to keep it alive. Yeah, the mouse would be overshadowed for the first time ever at Tier 10 in terms of health, but it's about time for that to happen, and what a better way than a returning Tier 1 mercenary tank. You thought we were done, didn't you? Usually we just do 3 around here, but I've decided a bonus tank was due. We have for you the best artillery tank you'll ever see. This massive caliber tank is courtesy of Bugle in the Discord. It's based off a real tank, the 2A3 Conedensator. So we'll call it the Conedensator. I mean, it really speaks for itself, doesn't it? It's artillery, so you already know how it'll play and perform. With the Artillery 2.0 buff, you won't have to worry about missing with this thing, as artillery are now accurate, fast-firing machines. So this thing would probably only have like a 35-second base reload and a base accuracy of, I don't know, 0.4? Probably a 20-meter splash radius too, just to make sure you don't miss with its 3000 HE damage round. Or maybe you could go with its 2000 AP damage round. I mean, it's a big gun. It's got to do big damage, right? Highest HP artillery too with 2100. I don't think it'd really be that busted. Again, we have the AVRE, so the bar has been raised pretty high on what makes a good tank these days. Its ease of use has to be through the roof to even think about competing with the AVRE. So what do you think? For one, I'm really into the Sturmy. That's the highlight for me of this episode. Let me know your favorite down below, and as usual, if you have any ideas of your own, leave them there as well. And I appreciate you for making it to the end. Thanks for watching.